Hello everybody, welcome back to Rolling with the Spectrum. It has been a long time since I made a long form video due to a number of reasons. Had a family holiday down in Bustleton, really nice. Yes, I said I was going to make a video down there doing Run for Autism. However, it didn't come to fruition. Just got caught up with the family, so slight apologies there, slight not apologies, because family time is positive thing, especially with having a child that is on the spectrum. Secondly, I had to go to Sydney to do a course. Unfortunately, I didn't have room to pack the GoPro. Had my phone with me, could have made some shorts, but because I was on a course, there's a lot of study involved, and quite frankly, I didn't have time to do it. Had time to do the Run for Autism and complete it. I will show you the stats above me here or there, wherever I feel like putting it, during the final edit. But big thank you to all of those of you who supported the Run for Autism and provided a sponsorship or donation. That was muchly appreciated. My back held up quite well. Has given me a bit more confidence now to do a bit more running and try and lose some kgs before Christmas, or pounds if you're one of our international viewers. So, well, do I do a recap of who we are, what I do? Yes, I will. I pretty much just want to raise awareness for autism and make the world a more inclusive place for people and children with autism, essentially. So, but do we have a big show lined up for you tonight, today, wherever you may be in the world? No, I've got no fancy people to talk to. I've got myself, my show notes, and so it's like a podcast on video, a vlog, just with me talking about autism and raising awareness from my experiences and understandings at this point in time. At the moment, I've only got 33 subscribers. Obviously, I like to get that up, and hopefully my goal is to get the the subscribers up before the World Autism Awareness Month, which is April. If I can get to 100 subscribers before then, I don't know. I have been playing with some merch, as you can see behind me. I've got my first hoodie I made. I'll grab it off for you. It's a nice roll with the Spectrum number. Obviously, it's coming in the summer in WA, and it's going to be bloody hot soon, so probably won't get a chance to wear it. Gonna lose the floral shirt in probably a few videos or so, but I think it's for a good change, and hopefully boost my channel, boost my support, and hopefully I can get through to a few more people who want to help me raise awareness for autism around the world. Yes, my nails are painted. I had to have a makeover today with my neurodivergent child. She insisted. My toes are pretty as well. Not going to put my feet on camera for other reasons. I don't have an OnlyFans, and I'm not going to, and I want to keep it that way. Sorry if that joke was below his belt, but hey. But anyway, coming up on Rolling with the Spectrum today, it's Surviving December, Surviving Autism Burnout, and the holiday season, because we're coming up to Christmas. For those of you who are Christian denomination, is that the right word? If it's not, leave a comment below and tell me what it is. But here we go. So as you're aware, I have a child on the autism spectrum who does suffer with some form of burnout later in the year when it comes to schooling. Me being away too for a few weeks over in Sydney, the ex had to look after her and noticed that she was getting a bit burnt out. Leave comments below if yourself or your child is feeling the same way. But first part of the video, it will be about December burnout in autistic kids. So obviously term 4, well, let's put it in perspective. So Australia, term 4 is December when we do the change of calendar year, unlike you guys in the Northern Hemisphere where summer is your change out. So if your child is going into, I believe, end of term 2, come up to the holiday season, if you're in the States or you're in the UK, Canada, anywhere in Europe. Let me know if your kids go to the same things close to either the summer period or the Christmas period. It'd be great to know, that way I can make some more notes and make it more relevant to our overseas viewers. That'd be brilliant. But anyway, for us, term 4 will be the hardest part of the year. Obviously, depending on what level of schooling your kid is at, there's the end of year assessments, there's end of year concerts. Yeah, that transition period going from one classroom to the next. Being Australia, we've got hot classrooms. Yes, some do have air conditioners, some don't. Kids are going to be wild, make more noise. It's going to frustrate the kids on the spectrum who don't wear ear defenders. You know, the teachers are tired, the kids are tired. You know, everyone's winding down to the end of the year. So what some of the common signs do we see towards the end of the year for burnout, essentially? So the facts I've actually got written down in my notes here, which I have been seeing firsthand myself, is a lot more meltdowns. Time at school has been minimal due to that reason. More things are triggering kids around this time of year, so therefore more meltdowns. You may find your kid be a little bit more withdrawn, maybe you're shut down. However they go, yeah, each kid to their own. There's no particular way. There's probably particular patterns that we all see, but every kid responds differently, and people, I think, who are unaware of autism need to know that fact too. That's why it's a spectrum and not a circle, I guess. Well, a circle is kind of a spectrum, but we use the figure of 8 symbol because things can overlap. Obviously, you got your morning refusals, not wanting to get changed, not wanting to go to school. If they do have ADHD associated with their autism, they may not want to take their meds, have a few little meltdowns prior to getting ready. Obviously, irritability. With the heat over here, I find at least my little one gets irritable, along with myself, with the heat. Clinginess, maybe need more control, maybe less control, or more predictability and routine. Okay, I just want to say, guys, if you are going through all this now, you know, the old love symbol, peace out. He's doing a magnificent job as parents to do this. You're exhausted, the kid's exhausted. Okay, we get it. It's not bad behaviour, it's just how they process it in their poor little brains. Little battlers, pretty much, doing it tough. And I suppose, you know, yes, they are doing it tough, but there are a lot of other kids who aren't on the spectrum that probably feel these similarities, and a lot of parents who've probably gone through the same struggles as well. But remember, parents, you're their concrete. You're solid as a rock. You know, yes, we're allowed to break. Okay, if you do break, go and see someone, get some help. Reach out to the channel, we can talk. I don't know, there's plenty of things you guys can do, so don't feel like you're alone and you can't talk about it, because you're not alone. You are going to break, it's no doubt about it. Okay, we all have our cries, we all have our days where we just want to drive the car into a brick wall, metaphorically. Okay, please don't do it, I don't condone that. So yeah, what's the tips on helping this behaviour? Lower your expectations at home. Okay, know what the kid's going through. Obviously, prioritise their sleep, hydration, try and get them to decompress a bit after school, go for a little run around and whatnot. What else can we see? You know, get the teacher to lighten the workload. This is a difficult one that we're struggling with at school, is they're still trying to push her to do the same stuff as the other kids. It's just not working. She gets so fatigued and wants to come home. And I'm sure that's a regular occurrence for a lot of other kids on the spectrum too. Maybe not, you know, like I said, we're not all painted with the one brush. So a good point I got here is use countdowns and calendars to help them see the finishing line. 100%. The amount of times I've been asked, is it time to go yet? Is it time to do this? Countdowns have been number one so far. So they can visualise it. You know, their poor little brains so scattered and burned out at the moment that they're just not comprehending much at all. So countdown calendars definitely are a go. So what do you reckon on that one? Leave a thumbs up or a like in the comment section if you guys are feeling the same way. So we'll move on to the next one. Alright, one of the biggest ones that's driving my anxiety up right now is school routine / holidays. Okay, school routine's the same, keeping that the same, so the patterns are still there for her. Okay, what you do, I would like to know, so if you guys got any other tips that can pass on, or even want to come in contact with myself, I will leave my work email for the channel, not my actual work. Like I said, I do this voluntary, I'm not getting paid for it. YouTube don't give me any money for it, and I don't have any sponsorship, okay? So yeah, I'll reach out, and if you want to come on and talk or share notes with us or have your voice heard as well, please leave a comment down in the comment section, and I'll be happy to get hold of you and have a chat and so on. But yeah, the school routine and the holiday routine. What is your holiday routine going to look like? Okay, so our talking points here are, they don't need to be chaotic, the holidays with the autistic kids, okay? Like I said, they thrive on their structure even when school stops. So the routine doesn't really have to stop. We can still get up, have our breakfast, have our medication, get changed and relax for a little bit. Then maybe take it for a drive somewhere, or take your kids for a drive. If it's a hot day, obviously, I don't know about your kids, but a lot of autistic kids do like the feel of the water. It sort of grounds them in a sense, so maybe if you're in Australia, go for a nice cool dip in the ocean. That way the whole family can get grounded at the same time. If you're in the UK or US, Canada, Germany per se, let's make a snowman, get out there, get the cool breeze on your face. I know there's a lot of nice parks and areas like that around in the Northern Hemisphere, because I do watch a lot of YouTube myself, so I do watch a lot of travel vlogs. So yeah, get out there and keep the routine the same in the morning when they wake up, and then just do something after it, I guess. But it doesn't have to be hyper, it doesn't have to be over the top. It could just be a nice simple walk to the park or whatever. Simple holiday routines example, obviously, yeah, like I said before here, slow start, breakfast, keep them in the same routine with that. It's got afternoon, quiet time, obviously that's a lot when they start to break down a little bit and the meltdowns happen, if they do have meltdowns, that is. Give a little bit more screen time, be a bit more compassionate towards them. And obviously evenings, from whenever you start dinner to bathing, getting them dressed for bed. Recommendation from me, like I said, I'm not a practitioner or anything like that. I'm just a parent doing it tough like you guys. And I am open to criticism and comments, so please throw your 2 cents worth in. It's free, but I'd keep the evening routine pretty much the same. Dinner, bedtime, medication, shower, bath, whatever. I think that'd be pretty consistent throughout the holidays anyway. The ex and myself normally keep the same sort of morning and evening routine. She's pretty good, the daughter's pretty good with the afternoon route, like the bits in the middle, and when she's hungry, she just asks for it now, which is good. She's getting older. Tips, maybe a visual planner, have 1 or 2 anchor points each day, e.g. your morning routine, nighttime routine, and just try and keep things consistent for them, because like we all know, they thrive on consistency. Same with me, and I'll dive into that a bit later. But our next topic. So what to buy kids for Christmas. Before I go on to this topic, this little fella behind me moves around the house every night, keeps an eye on the girls. I tell you what, he has kept the young one grounded and doing the right thing. Yes, we had a few meltdowns. He did travel back to the North Pole one of the days, didn't you, buddy? Yep, they couldn't hear you, got to speak up a bit, okay? But yep, old fella here, Mountie, his name is, reports back to Santa every night, so they keep an eye on the kids and keeps the my little one in check and wakes up. And that's another routine we have in the mornings now before school, something to lighten the mood up, having see what the little bloke behind me has done. Okay, great gift ideas. We've unleashed a bit of a Pandora's box, my ex, myself and my mum, with Sheen. Our daughter knows our log-on details, little shit, and essentially goes, I want this squishy toy, I want this one, blah, 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 and try and puts it all in the basket and expects us to buy it. Obviously, say yes to some, no to others, because we need surprises and stuff on Christmas Day like every other child in the world who celebrates Christmas. But sensory regulation toys. We got weighted blankets, noise cancelling headphones may be an option to buy if you don't have it. Big one that worked in the past for my daughter was the chewy necklaces, so they can get angry and chew on it, and that's helped. Sensory swings, and I don't know what a body sock is. I have to research that. If you know what it is, let me know. I've taken it just like a sleeping bag, but weighted, and that's something they can feel on their body. The old fidgets and stimming items like your fidget spinners and your squishy toys, kinetic sand, if they sell it at the moment. I know some have been recalled in Australia. Water beads, haven't tried that yet. I might forget that. That's a pretty good idea. I'll put down in my notes. I'll highlight that for myself. Once holidays start, again, it goes back to your fidgets, your routine and predictability, with your visual aids such as a visualization board, timers and planners. That could be good. Another one they got here, which I'll be doing a fair bit of because our little one likes animals and so does the big sis, but experience gifts. So take them to the zoo, aquarium, indoor play centre if it's suitable for an ASD child, swimming lessons, sports lessons, and even take them to the museum, stuff like that. That also works for the holidays as well. One thing when I was doing the research as well, it's got hyperfixation gifts, so lean into their special needs. It's got trains, Pokemon, dinosaurs, animals, Minecraft, etc. Or more what they love to do or what their obsession is at the moment. I think we got Hello Kitty is our obsession at the moment, so that will change before Christmas maybe. I don't know, but so I do get it, but obviously the Minecraft one there and maybe Pokemon, you don't want the kids having excessive screen time, especially if they need to unwind before bed. Like, yes, I do it. I'm guilty of, giving her screen time but she sits there and relaxes. So I don't know, each their own on that one. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, and I'm not telling you guys to not do it or do it. It's you guys, you're on your own. That's your decision, not mine. But and just embrace what they enjoy doing at the moment. Okay, like we all know they are 6, 7 phase. Like I got her a few presents with that on it, so hopefully they'll go down a treat. What's the other one? K-pop Demon Hunters. You're my soda pop. Stuff like that. So, whatever they're into, I guess. Just suit their needs. It's like every other child, I think, when it comes to Christmas. So just something we can all have a bit of fun with and enjoy watching them open their presents on Christmas Day, essentially. I don't know, if you've got any other thoughts or ideas, please leave the comments in the comment section. This next topic is a crazy one for normal people, let alone autistic children and autistic people, but handling the holiday season. Jesus, what's the talking points on this one? Jesus, Christmas, boom. Anyway, the talking points I got here: Christmas can be obviously overwhelming, noisy, lots of crowds, bright lights, unpredictable events like fireworks, family expectations. If your family is not used to the old autistic type of children, then they may or may not understand what we're going through and plan things that sort of don't include our kids properly. So it's probably up to us as well to have a bit of a good two-way conversation piece with our family to get the right mix, I guess. You know, my family's pretty good with it now because we've sort of lived with it for the last sort of 5 or 6 years, having a calm, relaxing Christmas. So Nanny's got a pool. Pools are great. Don't know about you Northern Hemisphere people, what you guys go through. Like I said, if there is someone out there that wants to reach out and throw their 2 cents on the show, I'm more than happy with it, guys. I'm more than happy. Survival tips for families. Okay, bring a regulation kit. So bring their headphones, their snacks, fidget toys, chewy lollies, whatever, water. And make sure they got their own little quiet zone to go into. Okay, in my little notes here, it's got, even if it's a car, okay, if it's 40 freaking degrees, don't put your kid in the car. Okay, you'll have a current affair on your back before you know it, and the kid be dead. Okay, yes, morbid, sorry, but there has been a number of cases in Australia where kids have been left in the car and they have perished. Okay, so be mindful of where you put them. Don't put them out in the sun where they can burn to a crisp. Don't put them out in the cold in the Northern Hemisphere so they become a frozen crisp. We got leave early. Well, that's always plan A in it for most of us, to leave early, so we don't get that meltdown. Yeah, but how can you reach out to your family? It's quite simple. Tell them we'll come, but we might leave early depending on the kids. And they'll soon get it. You might get a few comments, but water off a duck's back, hey? So don't let that stress you out, guys. Do what you need to do for your neurodivergent kid. We've been out to places where we've paid good money to watch sporting events, shows and concerts, and we've had to go home early. So be it. It is what it is. You can't do too much about it. So yeah, roll with the punches, I guess. You know, and for parents, you know, be mindful of where you're taking your kids to, I guess, too, so you don't end up being the ones burnt out and exhausted. Okay, be happy to say no to people. Like, there's events, family get-togethers that you just simply can't go to. Okay, yes, there will be backlash. There always is with families, because families are number one. Okay, but don't be afraid to say no, we're not going due to these reasons. Okay, and if it doesn't sit well with someone, then like a good book I read, mate, just let them say what they need to do and don't react to it. Okay, you know what you need for your child to thrive in this world. So yeah, I reckon good work, guys. That's my 2 cents worth for this busy last 2 weeks of school and the next 6 weeks holiday period. I will have a few more long form videos as well during that time, because I'll have a bit more time to do them now that I'm not on holidays and not actually going to work and courses. So I will research a few topics. If there's something you will like me to bring up, I will put it in, please put it in the comment section. Okay, and we'll move on to our last but not least topic. Guys, like I said at the start of the video, I did do Run for Autism last month of, sorry, 2 months ago now, October. Guys, it's been a whole month since I haven't actually video anything. Yep, won this wonderful singlet because of your sponsorship. Like I said, it was run through Aspect. I will hashtag them in the comments and description of the video, and give them a big shout out for what they do for kids with autism around Australia. Not so much West Australia. One thing I would like to advocate for is them to invest in our children over here, but that's something I'll do once the channel gets a bit bigger, hopefully. But those of you who sponsored me and followed on Facebook, like I said, I didn't do too much blogging on here during that time because it's pretty busy for me. I will leave the stats up here for you guys to look at, and yeah, like I said, thank you once again for supporting running for autism during the month of October. I done my 31 kilometres, over 31 kilometres, and I raised just over $800. So I was super happy with that. Thanks guys, and appreciate it. One last thing before I go, saw my doctor yesterday. Full disclosure, obviously I do suffer with a mental condition called cyclothymic disorder, which is a form of bipolar. So you got bipolar 1, bipolar 2, and cyclothymic. So it's a little bit less, not less, but it comes in smaller waves where bipolar 1 goes up and down and up and down and so on. Bipolar 2 is more ebbs and flows. This one is more up and down in smaller rapid sort of things. So it's hard for me to regulate my emotions, just like an autistic child, I guess. Nevertheless, done the autistic test on with my psychiatrist, and overall consistent with autism. Now that's not official yet because I have to go through other avenues to get a full diagnosis, but that's where we are at the moment. So when I talk about raising awareness for autism, I am speaking from the heart, okay? I have a daughter that lives it. Obviously I live it to an extent. I live it with her, alongside her. I feel her pain. You know, as a family we feel her pain and the pain that she inflicts, and meltdowns too. That's another story, but like I said, thank you for liking and subscribing. Please tell your friends, your family, your co-workers, your unco-workers, tell everybody. And remember, it's nearly Christmas time, so please stay safe, don't drink and drive, and remember, peace, love and autism.